This is really a thank you for my campaign from last year. And I just am so humbled at the support we got in our community. I don't know I'm going to take credit for having the first or second most successful campaign ever with United Way in Hopkins County. But honestly, it wasn't me that did it. It was the people in this room, it was your organizations, your donations, your support that helped raise money for our community for 18 organizations that we were able to give out money to, and I'm hopeful that in about a year or so we'll be giving out some excess allocations as well, above and beyond what our goal was of $150,000. I'd like to start and just say a quick prayer over our meal, and then do some formalities, and then we'll get the star of the show up here in just a few minutes, okay? So if you would please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for this day, Lord. I ask that you just bless each and everyone in here. Bless the meal and the people that prepared it. Please just continue to open our hearts and honestly our wallets so that we can continue to just do great things through the United Way. And Lord, I just ask that every donation that's given directly or indirectly through the people that are here today, that it just is tenfold and comes back to them. Lord, I just thank you for all these things. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I have just a few people I'd like to recognize and acknowledge. That's our board of directors. If you are here and you're on the board of directors for the Hopkins County United Way, please stand up just so we can recognize you. First, Chuck Askins, Wade Bartley, Leslie Brown. Go ahead, stand up, Leslie. I want to make sure everybody sees you. Larry Crossan, I think I saw Larry Crossan, Deborah Evans, Marquita Fisher, Charlotte Henderson. Stand up, Charlotte. We need to make sure everybody knows she's Miss Hopkins County United Way. I mean, if you don't know Charlotte, you can come to Hopkins County. Myself, Sherry McGraw, Kristy Moseley, who is our campaign chair, which I'll introduce in just a few minutes, Beverly Owens, and then her not-so-great other half, Bill Owens. Anybody that knows Bill knows that's a joke. Intran and Hillary Young. I saw it. Yes. Please give them a round of applause. Next, I would like to recognize and acknowledge some of our lead donors. If you have, everybody will have the story giving card on your table. If you want to follow along, just like we're in elementary school, I'm going to read them out to you. First, Flow Serve, Sulphur Springs ISD, GSC Enterprises, City National Bank, Christus Mother Francis, Carol Gartman, Paying It Forward Fund, UPS, Encore, Jehovah Chevrolet, Zahn Family Charitable Trust, Holt Cat, Ocean Spray, Alliance Bank, City of Sulphur Springs, and Hopkins County Hospital District EMS Communications. Please give, those are our top donors, please give them a round of applause. So the top donors, I think it's roughly 15, I can count them, are on the front. On the back, these are other top donors. I'm not going to take the time to read all of them, but it just shows you the support that we get from our community and businesses and individuals in our community. So please take your time. I know a lot of these businesses and individuals are represented today, so thank you for being here. We appreciate your support, and I know a lot of them have continued to give year in, year in. And, last year we were very worried. I talked to a lot of campaign chairs leading into it, trying to figure out how I was going to set my goal, what was going to set my goal. Susan and I joked that I was asked to be campaign chair a couple of times, and it's kind of the worst time of the year for me because it's typically the busiest time in my business, so I've turned it down a couple of times. And then I talked to my wife, Mallory, who's here, and here when we were in my office here in Sulphur Springs. I said, oh, just do it, go do it. We got this, we'll cover the office. And that was February of March hit, and I said, oh, what did I get myself into? And luckily, the community, the individuals, y'all came through and made it the most successful, or one of the most successful campaigns ever. So thank you for that. Let me see if I missed anything. Susan, did I miss anything? All right, she keeps me straight. So now it's my pleasure to introduce our 2021-2022 campaign chair. And that's Kristy Moseley. She owns Landis Creek here in town. I'm sure everybody's seen it on the square. We're excited for what Kristy has, and she's going to talk about a theme, get the rest of the show rolling. So we give Kristy a round of applause.
Thank you guys for all being here today. It's nice to see a lot of familiar faces and all you guys that are out, take time out of your day. But Mike touched on a little bit when he was asked to be chair, and when he came to me, he had a very good sales pitch. You know, Mike, oh, it's easy, it doesn't take a lot of time, you'll be able to run your business, it'll be great. However, it does take a lot of work, but it is a true, it's a blessing to me because I've gotten to know a lot of people in the community. And just to know what the United Way does for our community is just so eye-opening. I mean, for example, we have our allocations committee. Who sat in on that was Marquita Fisher, Charlotte Henderson, Mike Horne, Dan Tran, myself, and Bill Zahn, who Bill was is here today, and it was great having him on there as just not only a board member, but just a second opinion on how the community feels about these organizations too. And but anyways, so I thank the allocations committee for being there. But when we sat in, I sat in on that for the first time. I really learned. I knew what the United Way does, but until you sit in and see these different organizations come to you and tell you exactly where the money goes and what it's for, was eye-opening of how much our community is in need, and just, I tell you, I don't know how else to say, just eye-opening. But so it just makes me want to work harder, and with all of y'all's help, we can make that happen. And you know, we a lot of the different companies that are here today, I know you all are lead donors, and it's very important for you guys, for us. And so if you ever need and feel like you would like your staff to open it up to like a payroll deduction for your staff, we'll be happy to come out and talk with your staff and tell them exactly what the United Way is about. And but some of the thank yous that I want to touch on are for today is Alliance Bank being our lunch sponsor, and Shane and Craig Johnson for advertising, Lassen's Mike Horne for campaign material, Sulphur Springs Country Club for our host today, and the Texas A&M Agricultural Meeting Space that we do, and Advocates did our video. But again, thank you all for being here, and I know our slogan is helping build a better community, which I think that's what we're all doing. But we've also morphed it a little bit into we have to beat Mike. So for this last year, so y'all helped me with that. But thank you again, and it's my pleasure to serve as the campaign chair this year. And we have a celebrity speaker today, Mike Lamb, who we're all excited to talk with today. And so I introduce Mike Lamb.
Well, I'm not sure what makes me a celebrity, but I'll take it. Thank you for this opportunity. It is always a great thing to see what this group does. And, I'm actually excited to kind of share a little bit about it and talk to you a little bit about it. I'll start out by saying we try to eat out on Fridays, and I go to the Burgerland often, and sometimes we'll stop by Landers and go in there. And, I'm not sure who she would have got if we hadn't chosen to just stop by her. Part of me, you know, once she said, "Would you speak?" I was like, "Oh, we shouldn't have came in today." So you could have had somebody else if I hadn't eaten at Burgerland that particular day. I apologize for that. So she asked, "Hey, would you want to speak?" And I'm very familiar with this. I've been here several times, and my first thought was just absolutely not. I don't know what in the world to say. If you ask me to speak on school stuff, I can talk all day long, but I just wasn't real sure in that moment what this was, you know, just that quick. Well, what does that keynote speaker do? I've heard it a few times, but I'm not real sure what the purpose and the motivation is in that moment. And I'm just kind of standing there, and she's looking, and she said, "Well, the theme is helping build a better community." And when she said that, it just clicked that, yeah, that's what the school's about. That the school is all about helping build a better community. And the minute she said that, it helped me connect with it in a way that I was able to say, yeah, I think I can do that. And so, you know, I left and started thinking, what in the world would I say to this group? Just really started thinking about my own experience with this meal, these documents that are always here. And I'll give some honor to some folks from the past. When this is my 10th year as the superintendent in Sulphur Springs. I've never seen anything quite like this United Way campaign in any other community I've been in. My first couple of years here, we were participating, and please know that I am speaking with high regard about the great Judy Tippett. But I learned real quick what United Way was all about, at least from a giving standpoint. Because we were going to give at the school, or I wasn't real sure what she would do. But it was scary to think of the possibility. So really and truly, there was a tradition, and we gave as a school, and we really had no choice but to give. And, you know, new guy in town, that ruffled my feathers a little bit. It's like, just another fundraiser. That's all we do is give the fundraiser. You know, I don't know that I was all that impressed. But I started coming to this meal and started seeing these documents. And really, 1 year goes by, 2 years go by, 3 years go by, and you start to realize we as a school, we have a relationship with Can Help, we have a relationship with 4-H, we have a relationship with, and then you open that paper and see where United Way gives all their money. And I remember the first time I really ever opened that and saw where the money goes. In just the programs and the things that you support. We couldn't be a school without it. And it was phenomenal. And I went back, and I don't remember exactly. I think Judy had passed at this time. So I just felt it was important for me to put information out and say, it no longer to me was just another fundraiser. It was something special. And we try hard. I'm looking at the other document. I am very competitive. I enjoy being in the top 5 of the givers. We're going to get closer one day. I don't know how. But I enjoy it. Do what?
Hire more teachers.
Hire more teachers. Yes, let's do that. Show me where they are. But I like, you know, that's a reality in this. I think us on the list, I'm going to say we're one of the most unique ones on there, because not only are we here as a giver, but honestly, when you look at all those programs, we're a receiver too. Now, Sulphur Springs ISD is not listed as a receiver anywhere, but when you look at all those programs and realize how it supports the school, you realize we're a great receiver of this event too. So we're a giver and we're a receiver. And I don't know if many can say that. So I want to just kind of tell you a little side story for a minute, and I'm going to bring it back to this, but just bringing the school in. We went through a process in the last actually, before March of COVID, we started that September doing a strategic plan. Some of you community members were on it. You raise your hand if you helped us do the strategic plan. 1, 2, 3, several of you were a part of that. So it became important to us to kind of see what our future needed to look like. And in September of the year before the spring break of COVID, we got a bunch of people together from the community and basically just had dialogue to kind of come up with what we wanted to be about for the next 10 years. Man, my spring break that year, I was doing all kinds of stuff because between spring break and summer was our time to launch this. But we never came back from that spring break. So we put that on pause for a couple of years, but we've picked that back up. I just want to share it because it's going to tie into some things this group came up with. It was important, and we had a third-party company come in and kind of lead us through this process. But this is our belief statements, and I want to say as a school, but the fact that the community helped us come up with it makes it more than just the school belief statements. But we went through a process where we said, hey, we believe all children can learn. And you know, that seems so simple. And the question is, do you really believe that? And there was a time when I was a teacher, I believe there were certain kids that will never learn no matter what we do. But the counter to that is, you know, I was a pretty arrogant young math teacher, and if you didn't understand how cool I was or how fancy I was, you were just stupid, was probably how I thought about it. But as I would go out and say that certain people were never going to learn because they didn't want to try, somebody once looked at me and said, well, can he tie a shoe? Well, yeah. Can he ride a bike? Yeah. Well, he can learn, it's got to be relevant to him. Oh, okay, you're going to go there with it. So the fact is, we realize all kids can learn. And as frustrated as we get sometimes with those that don't seem to want to, it's a matter of relationship, it's a matter of digging in and making it relevant, making it real. But yes, absolutely, all kids can learn. We believe every student's basic needs must be met. We believe every person should feel and be safe. Every person is unique, valuable, and has worth. Relationships are essential. We want to help students find success in a changing world, and we believe family and community partnerships are essential. Now, this group kind of came up with this very organically. It's a great list. You can agree. Great stuff. What I noticed later, and I don't know how familiar you are with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I remember studying this in college and having to pass the test on Friday, but back then it didn't mean a whole lot to me until I got to start seeing it in real life. And I think we know this. Basically what this says, for any given kid or any person, you got to meet the bottom needs first to move up the ladder. And I think if you stop thinking about it a minute, when a kid doesn't have food, or they're cold, or they're hungry, I can sit here and teach A squared plus B squared equals C squared all day long. They do not care what I'm saying because there's a grumbling in their stomach. If you don't meet a basic need, you can't teach. You move up the ladder, once you have met all the basic needs, they've got to feel safe. If they're sitting in class thinking something's fixing to happen, they don't hear that jargon again. And then there's a matter of belonging and need. And, hey, that guy cares about me. All these have to be met before a kid gets to the top. This, I never can say it right, self-actualization, which is just achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. Now, I know almost everybody in this room, we're all here. We're all at the top. I wake up every day with full of confidence that I can do what I'm supposed to do today. I'm here. I have my needs met. I feel safe. I know people love me. I think, Don, I feel pretty accomplished. So I can be who I'm intended to be. And that's what we want kids to be able to do. Because we want them to be who they're going to be. But we got to realize there's a lot in between. It's got to happen to get there. And so if I back up a minute and just compare for a second, we pretty organically came up with some guy spent lots of years studying and putting together and making a lot of money off of. But, I mean, there it is. Basic needs met, feeling safe, feeling valuable, relationships, being successful in learning, and really that bottom, believing that family and community partnerships are essential. That's not really listed on here, but I kind of see that as that base, and that's what we are, the family and the community. So that's a side deal that, I mean, to ask me to speak about building a better community when we're fresh off of this, I couldn't help but share that, okay? And it's going to play in a minute. We developed a new mission statement, and I'm not going to continue really. We set us up a set of goals. We want to be academically, socially, and emotionally prepared for the future. We want to be inspired to pursue our passion and innovative risk takers. So helping build a better community was the hook line that she got me in. Okay? So I want you to, when I say, and when this slide comes up, helping build a better community, you say, helping build a better community. Just repeat that. All right, let's try it again. Helping build a better community. Good. Thank you. All right, here we go. So one thing that I guess, you know, and I've already made mention of this, that dawned on me, when you look at that paper of where all these things go, and I had an old one at the time. Well, the reality, and you're lucky, because I was going to list every single one of these and go through them. That's probably a little much. But Can Help. Can Help has been huge for the school over the years. When you see they provide compassionate, comprehensive solutions that empower the underserved in our community to make positive, lasting changes in their life, I've seen that firsthand. That's so true. We've got families, we've got kids that go back to the basic needs being met. That doesn't happen in our school system without Can Help. And so we can't help but love and feel like Can Help is an extension of the school. Helping build a better community. Y'all ever been to see Bright Star Baseball? It's incredible. If you don't know what Bright Star Baseball is, it's a baseball league began by our community for our special needs children. And not only for every special needs child we have, and oh, by the way, I believe everything I'm talking about is really county-wide. Greg Bowers is here from Como. Thank you, Greg. We love you. Everything I'm saying about schools, I know Greg believes the same thing. So this is really more of a county school comment. But Bright Star Baseball provides recreational opportunity for players with special needs, age 5 and older, needing modified sport. What's really cool here is 107 players, which means there's 107 special needs that signed up, but then we go find 107 buddies. 107 of our other students are willing to come out, grab a hand, and support these kids in playing baseball. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal for both sets of kids. It's an amazing program. United Way supports that. We couldn't survive as a school without it. Helping build a better community. 4-H. My goodness, if you have not been to one of the shows in the Civic Center to see these kids show chickens and goats and cows and the projects they built, oh my. The amount of time they spend with a goat from what month to what month. The commitment to feeding, brushing, whatever else they do. It is phenomenal. Work ethic. It's just there's nothing better than going to the county show and seeing all that go on. It is phenomenal. And 4-H is the feeder program into our ag programs in the high school. Just an incredible program that United Way gives to. Helping build a better community. Symphony League. We are so blessed as a district we have 3 or 4 of the most amazing fine arts events. And with COVID stuff being canceled, I can't remember at this point what we do and don't do anymore. But we brought Broadway plays into the middle school before. We do this every year. Our kids have some amazing opportunities, and you can say what you want to. I mean, sometimes Symphony League seems like it's upper echelon stuff. Man, fine arts are what get the kids, and what keep them in school, what keep them loving, what take them to that next level, that bigger level. So the fact that our kids get to go see a professional concert in our civic center, an amazing program. That's as much as our school as it is anything else. We couldn't live without it. Help me build a better community.
Help me build a better community.
Community chest. This is where we love community chest. We've gone and helped unload for community chest. Really similar needs met as can help. But this is where I decided, I better not list every single one of these. So, same type of deal. Is this 22,000 people? 22,000 people served. We probably can't have school in some cases if this doesn't happen. There's kids not going to come to school because they don't have a place to stay, they can't pay rent, they can't eat. You go back to those needs. If we're not able to meet basic needs, we're not able to educate. And these programs do that. And so we have a fairly successful school because of the community. Help me build a better community.
Help me build a better community.
Guys, that's my story. I'm honored to talk to you. As I kept asking, what's the goal and motivation if I speak today? Well, you want them to leave and want to raise money. And so I don't know how else to motivate you to go, continue to raise the money as you have for so long. I know for me, and I at one point I thought, I'm going to be talking to a bunch of people that have been doing this a long time. What do I have to offer? But about 6 years ago, I was wet behind the ears, brand new sitting there, and I needed to see that document. I needed to realize what was going on here so that I could buy in a way that was good and supportive. And so, once again, I look at a lot of faces that have been here a long time, but if you're new around these parts at all, this is, when you open this up and see all the organizations that United Way gives money to, we don't have school without it. And so it is truly, truly, truly a community effort. And it's phenomenal. And just a little bit of, just dawned on me as I sat down, I do love being a part of this community. And I see us help each other and do things for each other. I brag all the time about how the city and us work well together, the county and us work well together. I always say, even our country club is upgraded to the point where we do a lot of stuff with them. We've got a lot of entities working well together. The city's kind of proud of what we're doing because it helps. The schools are good, it helps things. First place we take somebody to recruit is downtown. County, the partnership we have, I feel community. But you don't really understand the community and how deep we need it until you see these programs. And you think about things like basic needs need to be met. And it's right here. So, as a school person, I say thank you. Because it's as if you're giving the money to me. And I appreciate it. But as a person that likes to compete, just stay low enough to let us go over you so that you know. Last comment, started to say, this is how community we are. I was at Ryan McKenzie's house at 5:30 this morning for a Bible study. At 9 o'clock, I'm listening to the radio, and Mr. 95.9, what was your first name? Luke. Luke. They asked a trivia question, I won it. 67% of things in your home, what is it? I call in, it's Apple. I didn't even hear what the prize was, because the prize used to be a cleaner certificate. And I used to win the cleaner certificate about once every 30 days. I love it. That's community right there. I have two more. I never forget them. Hang on. I talked to Holly Reagan this morning. We made a plan for a hospital it meant at our next ball game. And then Greg Bowers, the superintendent of the best school in Hopkins County,
Amen.
looked at me and said, "We're here to support you, brother." That's community. I've interacted with 4 different entities in here already before noon. That's community. Thank you for letting me be a part of the community. Thank you for being here. Let's go raise some dollars.
Dang, that's hard to follow. Well, I just again want to thank everybody for being here. One thing that I didn't touch on is my mother is Deanna Landers, who a lot of y'all know. She was a campaign chair at one time, and so I'm following big shoes for her too. But her year as a campaign chair, she had Randy White as her speaker. And so for me, he's our Randy White. He encompasses everything about this community, and as you just saw. So, Mike, thank you for being here, and I just want to thank you all, and let's go raise some dollars and help build a better community. So, thank you all for being
One last
here.
thing.
We're going to show the video.
Anybody that was here last year, we started our first year putting a video together. So this is our second attempt to put a video together. Our hopes are that every year we have a video and we continue to improve it, and we call it our campaign video. It's going to show our team, talk a little bit about the organizations. And the whole point of starting these videos last year was build off exactly what Mike did. We want people to understand the organizations we are helping and where the money is going, because that's exactly what we want everybody to know, so that you know we can be as open as we can with how the money is being spent and how it, and I can't get what he said, how it helps the community, helps build a better community. So it's not loud enough.
I'm Kristy Moseley, and I'm the United Way campaign chair for this year, and we're real excited to be kicking off our new campaign starting September 22nd. So all of our guys will be coming out and handing out their packets to all the businesses, and we are looking forward to your support this year.
Hey, I'm Pastor Joel T. Meyer, and I'm president of the Hopkins County Christian Alliance, and we want to say thank you to the United Way for the amazing job you guys always do. The funds that we receive from the United Way, all of it goes to feed those who are hungry and impoverished in the Hopkins County area, and we are truly grateful for the work we get to do together with the United Way each and every year. And so thank you, United Way, for all that you do for Hopkins County and the Northeast Texas area. We look forward to partnering with you again this year.
The donations made to the local United Way allow the Hopkins County Community Chest to assist local residents with utility bills, food insecurity, hygiene items, housing, medical, vision, and dental expenses.
The community support of the United Way allows us to assist over 350 families every month to overcome financial gaps and help keep food on the family's tables.
Bright Star Baseball is a 501c3 baseball league located in Hopkins County for children and adults with special needs.
United Way of Hopkins County makes our communities healthier, safer, and stronger, and we at Safety are grateful for their support. United Way's backing helps us continue providing vital services including emergency shelter, counseling, legal assistance, crisis intervention, and prevention awareness 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault.
I'm Judy Gilreath.
Jimmy Jones.
And we're from the Dinner Bell at the First United Methodist Church. We have received funds from the United Way since 2012.
The United Way funding provided to Heritage Christian Counseling Center makes it possible for those suffering from major life issues access to care they may not otherwise have.
From Lakes Regional Community Center, we work at the day hab called Our Place with intellectual and developmental disability individuals 18 years and older. We're so thankful for the funding from United Way, as it has allowed us to hire music therapists to provide music therapy for our individuals. Music is a great outlet as it's relaxing, fun. It gives our individuals an opportunity to create songs, harmonize, and to use musical instruments provided with the funding from United Way.
The impact that scouting has made on my life and the lives of many others is only possible due to the support of our community and friends such as the United Way. Many youth cannot afford registration fees or to pay for camps without financial support such as we get through the United Way. Thank you for being such a part of changing the lives of our youth through scouting.
Hello, my name is Riley Carroll and I'm the current president of the 4-H Hopkins County Council. And 4-H has given me so many opportunities as being a Healthy Texas Youth Ambassador and winning reserve champion at the State Fair for public speaking. It has just given me so many opportunities, and that's because of United Way funding.
Texas Child Advocacy Center is grateful for the generosity of the support from the Hopkins County community through United Way. Together, you are helping us with our mission of breaking the cycle of child abuse one child at a time.
Meal a Day could not function without the financial support of the Hopkins County United Way.
Thanks to the United Way, the Sulphur Springs Symphony League has the opportunity to bring the gift of music to over 1,000 Hopkins County kids every year.
I'm with CASA. Due to the generous donation from the Hopkins County United Way, we are able to make a positive impact on those seeking help for substance abuse by offering screenings, treatment referrals, and recovery support services. Together, we make a difference for the people of Hopkins County, and together, we fill the gap.
Hi, I'm Amy. This is Layla. We are with Teen Court, and we just wanted to say thank you to United Way for your continued support of our program. We enjoy helping the youth of our community.
I'm with Jehovah Food Pantry, and I would like to say thank you to Hopkins County United Way. Without them, we would not be able to provide extra food for families in the community.
Hi, I'm Gina Law, and I'm the Executive Director of Lake Country CASA. We've been serving the children of Hopkins County for the past 31 years. We are able to serve these abused and neglected children with the help of our community and the Hopkins County United Way. And on behalf of the children we serve, thank you.
Now that you've heard from some of the organizations that your donations go to help, we want to thank you for all the donations that have come in and helping us build a better community.
Anybody got anything they want to